Hey guys, now I'm going to explain to you how to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit. These terms, you may have heard of these before because this is what we use to measure temperature. So how hot something is or how cold something is, that's what we use, these two different units of measurement. Now, depending on the region or depending on the country, they might use different forms. So one country might want to prefer to use degrees Celsius, or different regions of the world may want to use degrees Fahrenheit. It really depends, but that's not what you got to worry about here. What we've got to be worrying about is how to convert from one or the other, because there may be situations where we need to know that. Now, first of all, I've got a little rule for you that I want to introduce. It's called F equals to, it's not really called anything, is F, which is Fahrenheit, equals to 9 over 5 times C, which stands for Celsius, plus 32. So if you know how much your Celsius value is, you can just put it into there and convert it to Fahrenheit. Okay, so say for example, if I have shown you this one here, see how this one's 0 degrees Celsius? And that's when water freezes. I'm not sure if you're all scientists, but you should know that 0 degrees is the degrees Celsius form of when water freezes, okay? At 0 degrees Celsius, the water is completely frozen. So if I want to know how many degrees Fahrenheit it is when water freezes, that's equivalent to 0 degrees Celsius, we have to use this formula. So what I'm going to do is put 0 into the C, so 9 over 5 times 0, which is 0, plus 32, we get 32, don't we? So water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, and some countries might want to use this one rather than that one. So you've got to be able to distinguish between the two. Let's look at now when water boils. So this time they actually give us how much the value of the Fahrenheit is. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Now let's convert it to degrees Celsius. All I'm going to do is make C the subject here. You subtract away 32, so you get F minus 32. And we're left with 9 over 5C. And if I multiply both sides by 5 over 9, which is the reciprocal of this, so let's say times 5 over 9 to both sides, I'll use brackets, then this and this would cancel, the 9 and the 9 will cancel, and we're just left with C. So this is our new formula that this formula changes to. So I can say that C equals to 5 over 9 times F minus 32. That's what I have. So these two are essentially the exact same formula. So if you like, you can learn both of them, or you can just stick to one and try to use some algebra. So up to you. So now what I'm going to do is let's convert. I want to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. We've got 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's put that into right there. So 212 minus 32, multiply that to 5 over 9. You should have 100. In degrees Celsius, water boils, bubbles up, boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you need to know your freezing points and your boiling points. So that's pretty much it, guys. Have a good look at that one. It's a good idea to get familiar with this one. We'll utilize these formulas to convert from one or the other. So let's try. Starting with question 1, it says convert to degrees Celsius. So we're given something in degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to use my formula that converts Fahrenheit to Celsius. So see how I've got 122 degrees Fahrenheit? I'm going to put that into here. So I have 5 over 9 times 122 minus 32. Make sure you do whatever's inside the brackets first, and you should get 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, so whatever that is, you multiply it by 5 over 9, and you should get 50 degrees. Always put your units as well, because we've converted it now. Now B, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So 77 is what I put into there, just like that. So 77 minus 32, multiply that value by 5 over 9, and you should get 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, very, very simple. All you need to use is this simple formula here. Now C, 14 degrees Fahrenheit, put it into there, like that. 14 minus 32, multiply that by 5 over 9 again and get negative 10 degrees Celsius. And as you can realize, the degrees Celsius value is always quite less than the Fahrenheit one, yeah? So let's try another one, 212, sorry. Let's put that into there now, like that. So 212 minus 32, multiply that by 5 over 9, equals to 100 degrees Celsius. This should be quite familiar. This is your boiling point, isn't it? When water boils, it's a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius, and in Fahrenheit is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So these values might be a bit more familiar for you. So that was converting Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, so question 2, this time we're gonna be converting from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So they've given us what the degrees Celsius is, and let's convert that to Fahrenheit. So this time I'm going to be using this formula here where it relates the Celsius to Fahrenheit. And again, as I said in the beginning, guys, this formula and the formula that we used in question 1, the previous question, is essentially the same thing, but I've just adjusted it so that F is the subject now. Okay, so you can just do that with a bit of algebra. Now, so see how they give us what the degrees Celsius value is? That's what I'm going to be putting into here so I can convert it to Fahrenheit. So let's put 40 into there now. So you can see that 40 divided by 5 is 8 times 9 plus 32 will become 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. And then B, 15 degrees Celsius, you put 15 into the replacement as C, like that. And you know that 15 divided by 5 is 3, times 9 is 27, plus 32 is going to be 59 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, make sure you put the units, okay, always. Now C, negative 5 degrees Celsius, we'll put negative 5 into here, like this. So make sure you keep the negative sign. So if I divide these, this becomes 1 and 1. So 9 times negative 1 is negative 9, plus 32 will become positive 23 degrees Fahrenheit. So even if it's negative, you can do the same kind of thing. I'll do one more, 8 degrees Celsius. You put 8 into the replacement of C, like that. And then 9.5 times 8 plus 32, you should get an answer of 46.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Makes sense, guys? So you can see can you see that the degrees Celsius is always a little bit less, or a few times less than the degrees Fahrenheit, isn't it? But anyway, whatever method you're related to is all given to you in the formula. So that's what we use to convert from one or the other.